prepare women for life? Don't at all. Like, I was in the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts does not teach you any skills, right? The Girl Scouts basically teaches you to sell a bunch of cookies that you didn't even freaking make, okay? Like, if you're to take the skills you learned in the Girl Scouts and apply them as an adult, you're selling things to strangers in a mini skirt. You're a hooker. That's what you do for a living. That's your job now. But guys learn real skills. You guys, go to the Eagle Scouts and you guys learn how to, make ropes and make fires and stuff. And women don't learn those kind of survival skills. And I was thinking about how much that pissed me off after that happened to me, But then I kind of got perspective. I was like, you know what? Guys may know how to make ropes and fires and stuff, but women, we can make people. Okay, that is pretty badass, okay? Give me the backseat of a Taurus and some Sutter home, I can duplicate. And guess what? It comes out on a freaking rope. Going from a long relationship to starting to date again is very difficult because when you're in a long-term relationship, you're comfortable, right? You don't have to wear any makeup, you can just pee in front of the person or whatever. When you're dating somebody new, you have to try to be perfect for the new guy. Like, I've been dating a new guy, and I've been trying to be so perfect. Basically, the first, 3 months of me dating this guy, every second has basically been me trying to not fart. That's all it is. Every second of every day, it's just like, please don't fart, please don't fart, please don't fart. Please don't fart. My ass is in the shape of its life. That's the upside. But the hard part is that I'll sometimes stay at his house for a couple days at a time, and I have to hold it in so long that by the time I leave, I'm like, all right, see you later. Sometimes you can catch air, you're like. Because you're always trying to be perfect for the new guy, Like, when I stay at this guy's house, the extent to which I try to be perfect for this guy, I will wake up at 6 a.m. while he's still asleep, sneak into the bathroom, put on a full face of makeup, sneak back into bed, so by the time he wakes up, I look like Lady Gaga or something. Which is so ridiculous. Women, we do not need to look cute in the morning for our man. We don't need it. Because guys, before your eyes even open in the morning, you guys have erections. You don't even know what's lying next to you, and you're just ready to have sex with it. Really? You are heathens. You guys literally wake up in the morning, you're like, where's a hole? Give me a hole. It is barbaric. Male strippers are always in policemen's uniforms, firemen's, because they say that women like a man in uniform. It's not about the uniform, okay? We like men with jobs. You will never see a male stripper come out with pajama pants on, holding a video game controller and a Pop-Tart. And I have to go to weddings all the time. And I think the craziest part about going to weddings is the catching of the bouquet thing, because women get psycho about. I went in there once to try to catch the bouquet. I got shanked. Because what they say is that if you catch the bouquet, that means you're gonna be the next woman to get married or whatever. Catch the bouquet. See if one guy talks to you for the rest of the night. I have friends getting married. I have friends having babies now, too. On purpose. I know. I feel like women, after they give birth, they just go insane. I had a girlfriend of mine. She had a baby 6 months ago or something, and she calls me up, and she's like, do you want to come over and watch my birth video? I was like, hell yeah, I do. You guys, I went over there. It was the biggest cooter I've ever seen. But Blair Witch Project, shaky cam cooter. It looked like porn from downtown Baghdad, okay? And did you guys know this? After the baby comes out of there, a whole bunch of other shit comes out. You guys, a jellyfish flew by. A trampoline came out of there. I swear to God, Jamiroquai came out of her thing, guys. It was like Craigslist exploded. I was like, I want to give birth just so I can find my car keys. What? I think all of that stuff, babies and marriage, I think that all that's about romance. And I think women, we are obsessed with romance, right? And I think we get brainwashed from romantic movies. I think that's where it comes from. I recently saw these movies called Twilight. Have we seen this movie? Random yelling guy? Yeah, you've seen it. I know you have, for sure. But I recently saw these movies, Twilight. They are so romantic. This vampire is madly in love with this girl, and they're so obsessed with each other. They brainwash you. I went into this movie, I was like, oh, it's a movie about high schoolers. I came out of it, I was like, oh my God, I have to marry a vampire. Oh my God. makes you obsessed. Guys, don't let your girlfriend see this movie. She will leave your ass, okay? After I saw the movie, I wouldn't talk to the guy I was dating for like 5 days. Finally, he was like, babe, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know, I kind of need to date someone who can fly. But this movie, I think it proves that women have like a bad boy complex, because the vampire says to the girl in the beginning of the movie, he's like, I want to kill you. I want to suck your blood. She's like, it's okay, I trust you. And then he admits that he's killed people before, and she's fine with it. Which actually, I'm such a jealous girlfriend that if my vampire boyfriend told me he'd kill people, I'd be like, who was she? Is she prettier than me? Is that it? Yeah. I just want to date a vampire. I just think that would be so badass. Like, dating a vampire would literally solve all your problems, right? Like, if you're dating a vampire, you would always have the upper hand. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be driving along with your vampire, and he'd be like, you know, I'm thinking about seeing other people. You'd be like, oh, really? Because I'm thinking about putting the sunroof down. Bitch. Women get obsessed with romance. I think it also comes from the nicknames we get growing up. Like, my dad growing up called me Princess, right? Princess. He drilled into my head as a kid that I'm a freaking princess, and then I grew up and I got into the real world, and I realized that no one else was on board with the whole princess thing, right? Princesses don't lose their virginity at Lollapalooza. That's just not... I think we need to start calling kids things to prepare them for real life. You know, get in the car, rehab, let's go. Women get called things that make them obsessed with romance. Guys get called things that make them obsessed with sports, right? You guys get called like champ. Sport. You guys are so obsessed with sports. You guys can't even refer to increments of a relationship without referring to sports, right? First base. We got to second base. Like, you don't see women running around referring to increments of our relationships through things we like. It's not like last night, me and Mark. Chanel purse. You guys are so obsessed with sports that you guys will wear jerseys for teams that you're not even on. But you think you're on the team? You'll be like, yeah, last night I guess we just didn't score enough. Last night I guess we just didn't play enough defense. We? The Redskins don't need you. Okay, that's like me watching Grey's Anatomy in scrubs. The show was over, being like, oh God, we just could not save that guy. I don't know. You guys love sports so much, you guys can't even throw your trash into the garbage normally. You guys have to shoot your garbage across the room like it's an NBA basketball game. Like, you don't see women living out our dreams with our trash. I don't take like a used gum wrapper, put it around my ring finger and be like, Brad Pitt and I are thinking about the fall, so. You guys love sports so much that you guys, I feel like you guys do things you would never normally do just because they have sports terms associated with them. Like, I have a feeling the only reason you guys like being single is because it's called playing the field. Because you guys have convinced yourself that you're out there like, I'm shooting and scoring with these chicks, I'm shooting and scoring, I'm playing the field, I'm so great. No, you're sitting home alone jerking off to porn on your couch. That's what you're doing. Which I don't like porn. I do not like porn because you love porn? What do we like going on? What do we have going on up there? Porn? Yay porn or no porn? Yay porn. Oh, good. I like you guys. DC. Do you guys have like political porn? Like kind of like, oh, look, it's I don't know any politicians. I have girlfriends who will text message naked photos of themselves to their man, which I guess the whole point of that is to be like, oh, here's what's waiting for you at home, big boy. Photos. If I was to do a here's what's waiting for you at home photo shoot, I would take some pictures of the freaking dishes, okay? The bills right now. My vagina's not waiting for you at home at all. It's trying to book me an acting job. It is very busy right now. I'm just not sexy like that. I feel like girls are sexy now. I'm not a sexy girlfriend. All I do in relationships is fight. That's all I ever do in relationships. But the thing is that women, we are amazing fighters, right? We are amazing fighters. We are like emotional ninjas, right? Our favorite tactic is the silent treatment. That is our jam, right? Our man pisses us off. He pissed me off. I'm not gonna talk to him for the rest of the day. I'm gonna show him. Ladies, the silent treatment is not a punishment. It's a freaking reward, okay? He's like, oh, thank God she shut the hell up. Oh my God. I love the silent treatment. I get to watch SportsCenter again today. I'm gonna forget her birthday every year. Ladies, next time your man pisses you off, do not give him the silent treatment. Instead, go Google the most important game of the season, sit next to him during that game, and just ask as many questions as possible. I don't understand. Who's that guy in the striped shirt? Does he work at Foot Locker? I don't understand. Why are they all wearing the same outfit? When are we gonna have a baby? Eventually he will shoot himself in the face and you f***ing win that argument. You cannot defeat a woman in an argument, right? It's never happened because women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? Look, when we're most pissed off at you guys, what do we say? I'm fine. I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck. Okay? Women are very tricky. We're very misleading, right? Not only emotionally, also physically women are misleading. Like you'll see a girl out at a bar, she's like 5'7", you take her home, the shoes come off, she's a gnome, right? We're the same way emotionally. We always express the opposite emotion we're feeling. We do it with other women too, right? We're always like the opposite with women. It happens all the time. Like one woman hates another woman. The woman she hates walks in the door. It's like, oh, I can't stand that bitch. I cannot stand that bitch. I hate that bitch. I cannot stand that slut. Oh, you cannot f*** with that kind of crazy, okay? But I feel like all we want you guys to do is ask us how we're feeling, right? Ask us what's wrong. You finally ask us what's wrong, what do we say? Nothing. Even if we do admit it, it's like, yeah, something's wrong, but if you don't know what it is, I'm not gonna tell you. Guys, let me explain that to you, okay? Usually when we're pissed off at you but don't tell you why, it's because we snooped through your shit, okay? Cell phones, we found something incriminating, but we can't yell at you about it, because then we'd have to admit that we snooped through your shit. So we just silently punish you for like months until one day it'll just randomly explode out. You'll be like, hey baby, do you want to go to the Cheesecake Factory for dinner? Oh, why? Is that where Julie works? I snoop, I don't give a f***. Romantic comedies, they brainwash women. They make us believe in like fate and destiny. Fate and destiny are names of strippers, okay? They're not real. It's weird though, because romantic comedies set the bar so high for you guys, but what's weird is that guys are the ones that write all the romantic comedies. Guys run Hollywood. If women ran Hollywood, the romantic comedies would be a lot more realistic, so there'd be a lot less disappointment when you left the theater, right? No more freaking models being cast as the lead of every movie. Lead of every movie, if women ran Hollywood, Kathy freaking Bates, bitch. Angelina Jolie would never work again. I don't care. Cambodia can have her. F her. Our new sexy action star, Oprah. Bam. She blows some shit up and everyone gets a car. I would see that movie. It's funny though, because I feel like romantic comedies set the bar so high for you guys. We want you guys to act like the men in romantic comedies, but if you ever did act like the men in romantic comedies, it would totally backfire, right? Like carrying a woman up the stairs. I'm gonna carry my woman up the stairs. I'm gonna sweep her off her feet. If you guys try to do that in real life, you better make sure you don't so much as freaking wince. You better go to the gym. You make sure you can lift her weight, bitches. Because if there's like a, you are so f***ed. Just kill yourself. Like, it's not even worth it. Oh, what, I'm fat? Is that I'm fat? George Clooney could have carried me up the stairs. Ruben Studdard could have carried me up the stairs. You have a small dick. Another thing I feel like guys are always doing in romantic comedies that would never fly in real life is guys are always like lighting candles to be romantic. No, women are obsessed with candles. We're like pyromaniacs, right? You guys come over, we have candles everywhere. You don't know if we're gonna have sex with you or sacrifice you, right? But guys, you cannot light candles. If I go to a guy's house and he's got candles everywhere, I don't think you're romantic. I think you took a dump, okay? We know what you're doing. Stop trying to glade your way out of that Chipotle. Just stop. The other thing guys do in romantic comedies that would never fly in real life is guys are always like showing up unannounced. You know what I mean? Just showing up. Like I was watching one and this woman was like gardening or something and the guy was like standing there and she turns around and was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? And the guy was like, I just had to see you. First of all, it's 2010. You can send a text, okay? Stop being a creepy stalker. It's weird. Second of all, women, we do not like being snuck up on, okay? I need a lot of time before I see my man. A lot of things need to go down before I see my man. I don't want any surprises. All right, I gotta get the baby wipes out. I gotta get some under eye concealer so I don't look like an avatar. A lot of things have to go down, okay? But it's so crazy because women, we put so much effort into getting ready, hours before we leave the house, right? Hair and makeup and shaving and tweezing and plucking and eyeliner and all, which is ridiculous because women are naturally beautiful, right? You guys don't need any makeup. Women wake up in the morning and are naturally beautiful, period. You guys are fucking disgusting. And you don't have to do anything. You just roll out of bed with those balls. How dare you? They're so awful. They're embarrassing. That's what needs 3 hours of makeup right there. Some concealer, yeah. Maybe a hot iron to iron out those wrinkles, please. Now that I'm a comedian, I travel so much now, and my favorite thing to do when I fly is read this magazine called Cosmopolitan. Ladies, do we read this magazine? This magazine basically teaches us how to be sluts, right? Like, there was an article in there, it was like, how to turn on your guy. He's a guy. Take off a sock, okay? There's another one, it was like, for adventurous sex, surprise your man at work for a quickie. I'm like, I cannot surprise my man at work for a quickie, okay? He doesn't have a job. I'm gonna go up to him while he's watching sports on the couch, surprise! And then there's a whole section, I swear to God, on sex tricks. Tricks? I don't have to do any tricks in the bedroom. I have a vagina, okay? Ta-da! I just get to take a Tylenol PM and lie there. That's all I'm doing. You don't want my vagina doing tricks. What if I was just like, voila, bird flew out? You know. And then there was a whole section, it was like, how to make your man scream in the bedroom. Guys, you are never supposed to scream in the bedroom. That is so gay. Okay, I don't care if a piranha is gnawing on your butthole, okay? I don't care. And then there's a whole section on role play, which I guess people do that now. They dress up in costumes and each other. And there was apparently the most popular role play fantasy is the nurse fantasy, which I didn't even know, like if I was gonna do the nurse fantasy for my man, I would just make him wait in the living room for an hour and make him read Highlights magazine before rejecting his health insurance, okay? That's how that would go. You're idiots. Making us dress up in costumes. Ladies, next time your man asks you to dress up in a freaking costume to have sex with him, go into the bathroom, tell him you're gonna slip into something more comfortable, come out in a wedding dress, okay? Dun, 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 dun. Get a baby stroller. You'll never get an erection again. It's awesome. I just don't like all these role play fantasies because I feel like the guy is always very authoritative and the woman is always like so weak, you know? It's like the guy is always like a lawyer or like a doctor and the woman's always like a secretary. The guy's like a professor and the woman's a schoolgirl. When you guys do this, you're just reminding us of all the jobs you don't have in real life. How about instead of being a doctor in the bedroom, how about just be a fucking doctor? How about that? I did have a guy do this once. I had a guy say to me once, he was like, I want you to be a stripper for me. I was like, you want me to be emotionally unavailable and take your money? I've been doing that since we freaking met. Okay, all I need is some self-tanner and a shitty sun tattoo, and I'm ready to rock this right now. Let's go. Dead eyes. I had a guy ask me out on a date to go get coffee. How cheap is that? He's like, hey, do you want to maybe go get some coffee later? I was like, sure. You know they have really good coffee? This place is called a Morton's Steakhouse. You piece of shit. I love a little coffee with my lobster. Let's go. And then I'm such an idiot that I went on the coffee date. It was at 4 in the afternoon. And I showed up to go, I went up to the counter to pay for my coffee. It was $1.70 or something. And I go to pull out my wallet. He cuts in front of me. He goes, no. I got it. Well, you're gonna get some coins from your freaking jar? Is that how you're... Women are cheaper than men, though. It's not even that we're cheap. We just never expect to pay for anything, right? So much so, we have mastered the art of something that I like to call the pump fake. Which is when the bill comes to the table, we'll just stick our hand in our purse. Just moving around for as long as we have to until you guys sign the check. We're not grabbing anything, we're just shuffling shit around. Just getting stabbed by pencils. If it's a small purse, we'll just do that. And if it's a clutch, we'll just finger bang it as long as we have to. That's when you put a finger in someone's vagina. Going on anymore. I don't know if the guy's supposed to pay, if the girl's supposed to, if you're supposed to split it. I just got out of a 4-year relationship, just recently. Yeah, you're happy about that? Yeah. I'm single. You want to do this right now? This is a water bra. This is false advertising. But otherwise, I'm like, what are you, a pedophile? Is that it? But no, I just got out of a 4-year relationship. It was hard because what I learned after I got out of the 4-year relationship, I learned that women, we're not given the skills we need to survive in the world without a man. I learned this because right after we broke up, I got a brand new car. 4 days after I got a brand new car, I filled it up with diesel fuel. Now, I always love this reaction because all the guys in the audience are always like, oh God, and all the girls are just like, so? Diesel fuel was. I pulled up, the regular was out of order, the surprise, I was like, oh, I'll just fill it up with diesel fuel. And there was a green button and I was like, oh, it's probably better for the environment because it's green. And then you guys are probably wondering how I got the nozzle to fit because the diesel nozzle doesn't even fit in a regular car. I jammed it in there. I was like, I'm self-sufficient, God damn it. A mile later, my car was a ball of fire. But women are not taught practical information like this. We're not taught to live in reality. We're taught to live in our imaginations in a fantasy land, right? I remember, it's true, growing up, I used to have imaginary tea parties. I would put imaginary tea in imaginary cups and drink them with my stuffed animals. That's f***ing crazy, okay? Like in any other universe, that's just schizophrenia, right? And the problem is it carries into adulthood. Like guys, you ever get in a fight with your girl and she's much more pissed off at you than she should be? And you're like, whoa, that argument escalated really fast. It's because for the last week we've been having a fight with you in our imaginations. And in our head, you said all the wrong shit. So by the time we see you in person, we're like, oh yeah, well that's not what you said last week in my mind.